All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are getting ready to watch Hiroyoshi Tenzan taking on Toru Yano. We are at 3 minutes and 35 seconds on the New Japan World Player, and we are going to be starting this in, well, ready, set, go. Tenzan hyping himself up here, and there's the bell. The bell just rang.
And I gotta tell, oh, right out, are you kidding me?
Is that water?
I think so.
Just spraying Tenzan down with water. Tenzan goes after, but he goes for the roll up. 2, Tenzan kicks out.
Wow, Toru Yano, the notorious prankster.
Toru
And
Yano just slaps Tenzan in the back of the head. Tenzan getting so pissed off at all this.
I don't blame him. I'd be pissed off too. I mean,
And Tenzan's not allowed to go after Toru Yano while he's in the ropes. That's so unfair. The referee trying to break Tenzan away. Oh man, Toru Yano is such a heel, really.
oh, yeah, I mean, Toru Yano will use any trick in the book. Absolutely one of the most dastardly people in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Man,
And he
Tenzan's gonna
goes
have a
for a
tough time.
chair right away. Man, he is such a freaking cheapskate.
You have to wonder if it's a confidence issue on the part of Toru Yano. I mean, to always go for weapons just immediately, just unbelievable.
I think it's just because he knows he can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, the referees are very lenient with Toru Yano in his matches, so. Oh, man, Tenzan. I mean,
Oh,
despite the
is
fact
he
he's.
duct taping him? It looks like he's duct taping him.
Oh, good God, really? Are you
Or some
serious,
kind of
Toru
tape.
Yano?
It looks like some kind of tape, yeah.
Some kind of restraint for sure. And
And
Toru Yano.
Tenzan, yeah. Toru Yano, just get back on the ring and you can win by countout.
And I think that's his exact thought process. Ashton, let me tell you something. How humiliating would it be for Tenzan to lose to Toru Yano this way? I mean, you could tell Tenzan already had to swallow a lot of pride losing to Tanahashi, but to lose to Toru Yano like this, and look at him, he's trying so hard to undo the tape. He's trying hard to
And
beat
he
the
got it.
count here.
And now he's back in the ring here, and Toru Yano just kicking away on Tenzan. Toru Yano. Oh, but Tenzan breaks it up, and with an open-handed chop to Toru Yano's chest, Tenzan goes into the corner, but Toru Yano gets out of the way. Toru Yano had already undone that turnbuckle pad, so Tenzan driven right into the bare turnbuckle, and then Toru Yano slams his head down onto it again, and a third time, Tenzan just eating absolutely bare turnbuckle metal.
And I think that's the game-changing
Oh,
difference
and
in a lot of Toru Yano's matches
Toru
there.
Yano, it looked like he was going for the turnbuckle on the opposite side, but it looks like he just pulled a rope off of it, and he's using it to choke Tenzan, and the referee's just kind of letting him. Now he's only just kind of getting after Toru Yano, not letting him continue to choke Tenzan with this rope.
Wow.
1, 2, and Tenzan kicks out. Wow! Toru Yano is one of the most fascinating characters I've ever seen in wrestling.
He will do whatever it takes to win. Referee still admonishing him for that rope. Toru Yano, ask him if he gives a damn. I guarantee you the answer will be no.
Yeah, he just kicked Tenzan, and now another kick to Tenzan in the back.
I,
Tenzan getting a little bit frustrated here, and then a kick to the shoulder, it looked like. That might really do some damage.
I've never seen anybody be as explicit with their shadiness as
Oh,
Toru Yano.
was that a punch in the gut? That looked almost like a low blow.
I thought that looked maybe more like a chop from where I was sitting. And Toru Yano, though, still having the advantage here over the NWA World Champion.
So odd that Toru Yano has the advantage over this guy.
I know, and really, it's not even just one of those advantages where, he has the advantage for the moment because of this cheap tactic. No, it seems to be a firm advantage from where I sit at this point.
And it's because of a series of cheap tactics.
Exactly. See, he's strung them together. It's all about that chain.
Yeah, and then he just got an eye rake, so another one, and now he's going to do a Mongolian chop, which
Wow,
he was mocking yesterday in a tag match, and now continuing to mock in their singles match.
wow, Toru Yano is something else.
A third Mongolian chop, and now Tenzan with a lariat takes down Toru Yano. Might actually manage to force Toru Yano to take this a little bit more seriously than he has been.
I don't think Toru Yano takes anything seriously.
And a real
and,
Mongolian chop this time from Tenzan, and a second one, and a third one. Backs Toru Yano into the corner, and a huge headbutt, and a second headbutt, and a third headbutt. Tenzan just bashing his coconut head up against Toru Yano, tosses Toru Yano into the opposite corner. Big lariat to Toru Yano. Tenzan finally taking control of this match, and Toru Yano doesn't really have any cheap tactics that he can use right now to get away with switching the momentum. Tenzan there with a quick vertical suplex, goes for the pin here. 1, 2, and Toru Yano kicks out.
And that's just it. I mean, it's not easy to beat a guy like Toru Yano, and he's so crafty that while you're right, Ashton, when he's being defensive, not really many cheap tricks you can use. All it takes is just 1 second, one minute opening for Toru Yano to get back to the referee, and there it was. There it was with that
Grabs
mullet
the
that you just
hair.
absolutely loathe.
Yeah, grabs the hair. I wish he would have pulled it out.
Toru Yano so proud of himself.
Oh, Toru Yano going to do the pose here.
Oh,
And he
wow.
turns around and sees Tenzan, kicks him in the gut, grabs him by the hand, wants to Irish whip him, but Tenzan reverses it. Toru Yano into the turnbuckle that he exposed earlier, and Tenzan with a rolling heel kick.
That could be it right there, too. And Toru Yano able to just shoot the shoulder off the canvas.
Absolutely. Tenzan just kind of... Oh, it looks like Tenzan's going to go to the top rope here. We're going to maybe get an elbow drop from him, too.
Maybe. I don't know how much height he can get. I'd be careful, though, that you don't get crotched on that metal part, and he does not.
Oh, and a headbutt. Oh, and that looked like actually... Yeah, Toru Yano's bleeding. That was the hard way. That's a legitimate cut. Their heads just connected hard.
Oh my God, he's gushing.
They both
are.
They both are. Yeah, they connected the hard way. That was not good.
Oh my God, somebody get a... Well, no, they're going to finish this fight here. This isn't WWE. This isn't that Western style. This match isn't going to be stopped. The blood isn't going to be wiped off with towels. They're still going to go at it here.
And Tenzan taking advantage. Man. Another headbutt, though. Still going after Toru Yano's orange hair has been dyed red with his own blood. Tenzan with the Mongolian chops. This was a really good way to intense this match up a little bit. Toru Yano wants a backslide. Oh, but he grabbed the ref and now went for there it is, the low blow into the backslide. 1, 2, 3. Toru Yano picks up the win.
Oh, my God.
Toru Yano has just defeated the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. You definitely have to wonder if that's going to lead to him getting a title shot. But both of these men need to get back to the training room and get cleaned up because their heads are both busted wide open.
Yeah, Ashton, that's the big story here. I thought the blood was going to be a huge advantage, a game-changing advantage for Tenzan. It turned out the inverse was true, that it was going to be just a huge disadvantage to him and a huge advantage for Toru Yano. Toru Yano finally on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but at what cost? He is absolutely losing way too much blood right now. This looks really brutal.
The blood loss, quite severe for Toru Yano.
And it looked there like Yohei Komatsu offered a rag for Toru Yano to start kind of wiping some of his blood off, and Toru Yano just flat out refused. He's going to the back to get fixed, basically.
Absolutely. Toru Yano doesn't have to worry about shilling DVDs to pay the bills tonight because he won his G1 Climax tournament matchup here. Finally gets on the scoreboard, which shows that
Tenzan both bloodied, but Toru Yano definitely got the worst of that. He was absolutely just oozing blood. Maybe oozing isn't even a strong enough word to describe it. It was pouring out of his head like water out of a faucet.
Both men are now donning crimson masks. And just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, and like you said, Ashton, Toru Yano especially, he needs to get that cut treated. He was just flowing like a river, of his own blood. And Toru Yano, though, still, despite that impairment, despite that disadvantage, was able to create the opening with the backslide low blow combination, and it actually got the 3 count. Maybe the blood loss of Tenzan really threw him off. He couldn't kick out like he maybe normally would have been able to had he been 100%.
I think Toru Yano works best in chaos, and as soon as those heads got cut open and that blood started pouring out, that created that sense of chaos that these guys needed to really ramp it up a notch. And Toru Yano kept his head as straight as he could, with as bloody as it was, and pulled one of his most effective tricks out of his little trick bag and managed to get the win. But can I just emphasize now, I'm extremely happy that this show happened on a day where there would be a break in between it and the next show.
Absolutely.
Because this show happened on a Sunday. The next show is on Tuesday, and I definitely hope that both Toru Yano and Shinsuke Nakamura are able to get their ailments, whatever Nakamura's is, and we know now Toru Yano's head, both taken care of before specifically before anything else happens, but more honestly, before their big actual G1 matches on Wednesday.
Absolutely. I mean, those G1 matches so important. I mean, just ask Toru Yano as he keeps his G1 Climax experience alive.
Yeah,
And man, what a matchup! Just really unexpected there. I'm actually quite shocked, to be honest with you, that Toru Yano got the win. But then again, this is the same guy that has pinned Tanahashi before, so I guess expect the unexpected from Toru Yano.
absolutely. And Toru Yano going into the locker room definitely needs to get stitches. You would have to think that looked like a really deep gash.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, I mean, that was a bit of a shocking match, but we're going to close our recording off right now, and we will be back for the next G1 match, which is Katsuhiro Shibata versus Togi Makabe.
Gonna be a good one.